lovers. damned if I'm gonna stick around and take any more of your shit. You better screw down that runaround loose tongue of yours, babe. 'Cause it's gonna get you out of a whole lot of trouble, the things you say. Sometimes I think you got no feeling. Sometimes I think you got no education. The time has come, you better think twice now and take a look around before I shut you down. Maybe your mama never washed that mouth of yours out, babe. And maybe she never showed you how to treat a lady. But I don't give a sweet Fanny Adams anymore, babe. 'Cause you just gone and throw my last nerve with the things you say.